Hey everybody, today's video is specifically aimed towards those of you who are using the dishwasher to clean your bottles. Now I know this isn't a Cirkul bottle, but it has the Cirkul lid, and that means it has the O-ring that's inside of that lid. So the reason I'm making this video, I want to show everybody what happens when you put this in the dishwasher. So, when you load your dishwasher, most likely you're putting your bottle in the top rack. Now this goes for plastic bottles and it goes for stainless steel. So not only the Cirkul stainless steel bottles, but any stainless steel bottle you use, whether hydrocell, hydro flask, for all of y'all. And the inside, it's stainless steel. So anytime that you leave water inside of here, it's going to get old, it's going to get moldy, bacteria. So that's why sips only last for 10 days. So let's talk about that. Sips last for 10 days. Why is that? First reason, it's because Cirkul has gone through the time. They've put together their team to research this, and they discovered 10 days was the safe amount of time for you to consume one of their sips. So if you look on the bag, no surprise, I pulled a green apple. So on this bag, it says manufactured Cirkul, Tampa, Florida, serving size, all of the nutrition facts, ingredients. But then if you look, there's a Best By date. I'll show you on here. Best By 12/20/20. So if I leave this sealed, not just take it out of the bag and then don't open it, but leave this sealed, it's good until 12/20/20. Now, I'm recording this in October of 2019. So these sips will last for a year, and it says Best By. Sometimes people confuse Best By with sell by date on like deli meats and cheeses. Best By means after that date, I don't care if it's December 1st, it's no longer good to consume. This isn't on here by accident, so make sure you pay attention to that. But below that, it says use within 10 days of opening. Make sure that you follow this because it's very important. If you continue to drink this after 10 days, some people will sip on it just a little bit, maybe go through one cartridge every couple of weeks. If you got the Sip Safe and you think it's extending the life of your sips, 10 days. So here I have the Sip Safe. And the most important thing about the Sip Safe is that this is a way for you to swap out sips so you can try other flavors. Or if you're like me and in the morning you want to try a coffee flavor and then in the afternoon you're really not feeling coffee, so you want to go to something fruitier flavor, Sip Safe lets you store 2 of these, but it's only within the 10 days of opening. So don't mistake the fact that this seems like it's going to extend the life of your sips. It's not whatsoever. And it even says on the back, don't wait too long. Cirkul Sip Safe makes it easy to swap sips on the go, but as always, be sure to use a sip within 10 days of opening to ensure freshness. They put on here to ensure freshness. After 10 days, it's not going to turn into a pile of mold on day 11. It's not going to have any kind of health side effects if you drink it on the 11th day. But Cirkul's telling you, don't drink the sips past 10 days. Let me show you what happens, because my Sip Safe, I got October 1st, and now it is 4 weeks later. I'll have to check the exact date, but it's 4 weeks later, well past 10 days. Let me show you what happens. So here I have a Sip Safe, and the great thing about the Sip Safe, not only do you have the top lid for you to take sips out, place sips in, stores them in there really nice and neat, magnetic close, but it also has a magnetic bottom, so that way if there's any water in here, you can get to that. You can clean the bottom easily. So they really put a lot of thought into this. So let me show you something interesting. So I put a sip in here the day I got this. Well, that evening after I recorded the video. And it's about halfway, maybe a 3/4, still full of drink. Now this was in water. It was probably 2 days worth of use. I fill my bottle up to the top. I leave it on my nightstand. That way in the morning I have cold water. But so 2 days in water, and then I put it in this Sip Safe. So about the 3rd, we'll say the 4th, just to be safe. Then I took one 10 days ago, and I put it in here. You probably can't really see the difference, but if you look, do you see those little black marks on this side? That wasn't there when I put that in here. So that means 4 weeks of sitting in here in open air, it's starting to build some kind of either mold or dirt. And that's the main reason why, number one, you don't want to leave sips more than 10 days in the sip safe. Even if you go a month, it's still not dangerous. You can throw the sip away. So let me show you the actual sip safe. Here's the one I put in there 10 days ago. Still clean, still fresh, nothing wrong with it. And you can hear there's still fluid in it. And then the one from 30 days ago, you can see there's a little bit of black stuff on the bottom. Still about a half fluid in there. Let's pop the top. So the top doesn't look like it's formed anything. There's a couple black spots in there as well. So I don't know if you could see in there. Let me get out of frame. But there's a couple of black spots forming in there. When you leave water, anything that's liquid out in the open air, you're opening it up for bacteria and mold. And that's why you should be doing this. Throw it away. So let's look back at the Sip Safe. And looking in the light, it looks clean, but I'm still going to hand wash this. Number one, because it says hand wash only on the Sip Safe. Number two, because I don't want any possibility of using this in the future. And then if there was any mold or bacteria that kind of grew in here, I want to make sure that none of my future sips are affected. This sip, 10 days, throw it away. Now, you don't have to be as extreme as I am because your sip might last past 10 days. It's not recommended. It tells you to ensure freshness 10 days. But for me, I'm not drinking it. It was sitting in the same Sip Safe as the one that was potentially growing mold. So I have no reason to keep it. So let's go back to the bottle. So if you remember, I washed this on the top rack of the dishwasher and it looks really clean on the inside. It's actually still wet because it hadn't finished drying. One thing on these bottles, it says when you buy them, after washing, don't put the lid on it. Because same thing. You leave water in here, it's going to start to grow mold, bacteria. So you leave this in open air, preferably upside down, and that way you can ensure it dries and it's safe to reuse. But here's what a lot of people probably don't do. So this lid, nice and clean, looks fresh. It's been through the dishwasher. I want you to take a look at that ring. Now this bottle, the same thing. When I put those sips in the Sip Safe, I left this lid on the bottle and I left the bottle out for about 3 weeks. Now why did I do that? To show you this specifically. When you wash these lids with the O-ring for the stainless steel, you need to take that O-ring out. And that's one reason why that O-ring that Cirkul provides in their lids is blue, and it leaves a little bit of a space in there. So you can take those rings out, hand wash those really good in nice hot water, soapy water. And same thing with this little valve here. That valve, it has the same problem. You see all of that brown stuff in there? It's not really clean. So please, please, please take my advice. If you're going to use the dishwasher for your bottles, make sure you're hand washing these lids. You have to take out this little plastic piece here. So let's see if I can pop that out and we can see underneath of it. So even though it's wet, that's all dirt in there. That brown stuff, I'm sorry if it's out of focus. There we go. So it's still dirty. So make sure that you're cleaning your bottle as thoroughly as possible. But if you're going to use the dishwasher, make sure you're popping these little breather valves out, and make sure definitely you're popping out these O-rings. Otherwise, you're going to get sick. It's no way around it. You don't want to drink mold. You don't want to drink all this bacteria, even though your body will probably fight most of it. If you have lower immune systems, if you're older, this is stuff that you don't want to deal with on top of anything else that may be going on during flu season whatsoever. To recap, number one, if you're going to use the dishwasher, go ahead and use the top rack for your stainless steel bottles. They all say hand wash on the Cirkul site, but for my hydrocell, top shelf is fine. But make sure you're taking the O-ring out. Make sure you're hand washing these thoroughly with hot water, soap, water, and take out that breather valve there. Otherwise, you're going to be left with all this nastiness. Don't forget, we still have the holiday giveaway going on right now. We have the YouTube video that says comment here, Cirkul Fans Holiday Giveaway. Make sure you comment on that video. You've got till November 1st. If you're watching this after November 1st, giveaway's not over yet. We still got 2 more live wheels that'll happen after that. We've got 1 wheel that we have probably 18 people selected. We're going to go 24 people on each wheel. If you don't know anything about what I'm talking about, make sure you check out my other videos. I'll leave a description down below with links to all of the things that I'm talking about. But very, very important, please wash your bottles. Please wash your lids. Please take out the O-rings and the breather valves and be safe out there. Thank you all so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe, like the video, drop some comments. Let me know what your daily routine is or your weekly routine of washing your bottles, washing those lids. And tell me some other tips and tricks that maybe I can adapt and maybe they work for me, and I'll share them with everybody as well. So thank you so much for watching. I'll see you all in the next one.